Have you ever walked away from a conversation feeling drained, confused, or strangely guilty, even though you did nothing wrong? That gut feeling? It might be manipulation at work. The Quran, revealed as a guide for all of humanity, doesn't just warn us about obvious sins. It also exposes the hidden tricks people use to control others. And in today's world where emotional manipulation is everywhere, from toxic relationships to social media, we need this divine wisdom more than ever. Let's uncover 7 manipulative phrases the Quran warns us about, and how to respond with the clarity, strength, and adab of a Muslim. First, if you really cared, you would. This is classic guilt tripping, making you feel like a bad person for setting boundaries. The Quran reminds us that true righteousness isn't about pleasing people, it's about pleasing Allah. In one powerful passage, Allah advises the believers not to let others exploit their generosity or manipulate their kindness. The Quran says, "And do not let your hand be tied to your neck, nor stretch it forth to its utmost reach, lest you become blameworthy and regretful." In other words, giving beyond your capacity, just to avoid guilt, leads to resentment, not righteousness. So how do you respond? Take a page from the Prophet's playbook. Balance kindness with wisdom. Say calmly, "I care, but my limits are for Allah's sake, not yours." A Muslim knows compassion shouldn't come at the cost of self-respect. Muslim mindset shift. My worth isn't measured by someone else's demands. It's measured by my sincerity to Allah. Second, you're too sensitive. It was just a joke. This is gaslighting, dismissing your feelings and making you doubt your own emotions. The Quran condemns those who mock others, then hide behind excuses. In one striking verse, Allah warns, "Woe to every scorner and mocker who says with their tongue what they do not mean." Mockery disguised as humor is no joke. It's a subtle form of emotional abuse. The Prophet never belittled someone's feelings. When a companion was hurt by words, he addressed it with dignity. Follow his example. Respond firmly but politely. If it was a joke, why does it hurt? Muslim mindset shift. My feelings are valid. Allah gave me a heart to feel, not to be silenced. Third, everyone agrees with me. Why don't you? This is peer pressure in disguise, using the fear of exclusion to control you. The Quran repeatedly warns against blindly following the crowd. Allah says, "And if you obey most of those on earth, they will mislead you far from Allah's way. They follow nothing but assumption, and they do nothing but lie." Truth isn't a popularity contest. When someone tries this, remember Ibrahim, OIS, who stood alone against an entire society. Respond with confidence. Allah's approval matters more than their agreement. Muslim mindset shift. I'd rather stand with truth than kneel for acceptance. Fourth, after all I've done for you. This is emotional blackmail, holding favors over your head to create obligation. The Quran teaches that true kindness expects nothing in return. Allah describes the righteous as those who give food, despite their love for it, to the needy, the orphan, and the captive, saying, "We feed you only for the sake of Allah. We seek no reward or thanks from you." When someone weaponizes their favors, gently remind them, and yourself, good deeds are for Allah, not leverage. Muslim mindset shift. Genuine kindness doesn't keep score. Fifth, you're being too rigid. Relax your Deen a little. This is spiritual manipulation, tempting you to compromise your faith for their comfort. The Quran warns, "And never will the Jews or the Christians be pleased with you until you follow their way." People will try to dilute your Islam to suit their desires. The Prophet faced this in Mecca. They told him to worship their gods just once, and they'd accept his. His reply? "Even if you put the sun in my right hand and the moon in my left, stand firm. Say, my faith isn't negotiable. Muslim mindset shift. Allah's pleasure is my priority, not making people comfortable with my choices. Sixth, you'll never find better than me. This is undermining your self-worth to trap you, common in toxic relationships. The Quran tells the story of Musa, I.S., and Fir'aun. Fir'aun convinced the people they needed him, saying, "I am your most exalted Lord." But Allah freed the believers from his illusion. If someone says this, trust Allah's plan. Respond with faith. Allah provides better for those who trust him. Muslim mindset shift. My value isn't defined by someone who can't see it. Seventh, you're different now. What happened to the old you? This is nostalgia manipulation, using the past to control your growth. The Quran says, "Do they not see that Allah extends provision for whom He wills and restricts it?" Indeed, and that are signs for people who believe. Change is part of Allah's design. When confronted like this, take inspiration from the Prophet's transformation of society. Say, growth is a blessing, not a betrayal. Muslim mindset shift. Allah wrote my story, not my past, and not their expectations. Manipulation thrives in darkness, but Islam illuminates the truth. The Quran doesn't just warn us about these tricks. It arms us with something greater: self-awareness, divine wisdom, and unshakable dignity. Every time you recognize these tactics and respond with faith, you're not just protecting yourself, you're embodying the Quran's timeless command. And do not throw yourselves into destruction with your own hands. So the next time someone tries to play with your mind or heart, remember, Allah has already given you the ultimate defense: a sound heart, a clear purpose, and the courage to say no with grace. Because a Muslim bows only to Allah, never to manipulation.